How's it going, everyone? This is Fun Gaming Connoisseur, and welcome to another State of the Game video for Mortal Online 2. And today we're playing on version 2.0.0.27. So this is the hotfix patch, and so there's a earlier major patch which is 2.0.0.26. So I've got all the links in the description below for you to check out if you wish. Okay, so I'm just going to explore a little bit more of the continent of Myrland, but I'm just going to try and wait until this player leaves. So I think that player is, there's a guy behind me. Who is this guy? Sandalf. Okay, it's a wordplay on the Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, I think. And so the reason why I'm not leaving until that guy leaves, because I have a strategy which I call watch out for the watchers. So basically it's not a good idea to leave town when there's someone nearby and keeping an eye on you. So I'm just gonna wait for him to leave the scene. Okay, so this is obviously the new patch, and so there's a few things I'm going to talk about today in this video as I travel. And so I guess I'll start with just some of the features. I think there's a new dungeon in the middle of Myrland, and there's some new graphical improvements, and there's some more new content, which I think is stuff that we already have, but SV is just adding more of it. So now there's also something that I want to talk about, and that is the Thievery. There's a bit of a controversy, I think, with Thievery. So if you have been following this game since its alpha, so Thievery was one of the very, I think I would say, one of the very important features in Mortal Online 1. And in Mortal Online 2, we were supposed to get Thievery very earlier on. I think the first time Thievery appeared on the roadmap was slated for, I think it was slated for release when it was supposed to launch in January. I think it's 2021, I think it is. And so nearing that initial release on Steam, Thievery got pulled off the roadmap, and it got delayed, and then I think the second time we saw Thievery was just before Epic release, and that got pulled as well. So I think it's 2 or 3 times that Thievery was put on the roadmap and then later pulled out. So recently, SV did a community feature poll. They put it out for anyone to click on, and so what it was a Google Forms, and all you needed was a Gmail account in order to participate, and that generated a lot of skepticism and a lot of questions from the community. People were saying that it is so easy for anyone to just come in and fill out the form, and potentially astroturf the feature poll. And I raised the same concerns as well. I felt that using Google Forms was a very, very bad idea. It basically meant that anybody can, people who are outside of the community, and even people who hate the game for whatever reason, can come in and have a hand at doing the feature poll. So that wasn't a very good idea, and as it turns out, that Thievery didn't make it into the new roadmap. So that made a number of people unhappy in the community. And so I also did an unofficial Thievery poll to see what the community thinks, because we weren't allowed, the results of the poll was never disclosed, I don't think. And so we were left guessing as to why Thievery did not make it into the new roadmap. And so that's part of the reason why I did the unofficial Thievery poll. So if you want to, you can have a look at the poll. It's on the forums, and there's also several other threads talking about the removal of Thievery and why Thievery should be prioritized. And so yeah, that is the controversy, and I really just think that it's high time that SV put Thievery in the game, because it was one of the features that were advertised for Mortal Online 2 very early on, I think. If I remember correctly, it was one of those features that, essentially it's Thievery I consider to be part of the soul of MO2. Without Thievery, MO2 just wouldn't be MO2, in my opinion. And so I really think that it's high time that SV put Thievery into the game. And I don't think it's as scary and damaging to the population as some people have, make it out to be. So I really don't believe that Thievery is as bad as some people may say it is. So right now, things are going well. I think with the introduction of guard towers along the roads, I think it's really just made traveling a little bit easier. Oh, there's a wolf. Why is he running that way? Is he gonna... Oh yeah, he's... Okay, he's chasing after me. So wolves, the wolves aren't too bad. I mean, if you have a horse, you have no worries to outrun it. But let me just see if I can cast a spell at it. Yeah, it is a bit hard on a mount when you're trying to cast spells, because the moment you change direction even slightly, it'll cancel the spell. So I think in this regard, mounted archery is a better way to do range combat. So now I'm not an archer, so I'm not really someone that's going to take on mounted archery as such. Oh no, there's a Razorback. Okay, so now you've got a wolf and a Razorback. Okay, now one thing I should point out about Razorbacks is that they are very, very fast. So if you don't have a fast mount, you're in big trouble, and they can kill you very, very quickly. So you can just see how quick that Razorback is. I'm riding at second speed, and it's still catching up to me. Look, it's even trying to take a swipe at me, or trying to gore me with its tusk. So you really need to go full speed if you want to outrun a Razorback. And I think it's given up. Has it? I hope. Yeah, sometimes you never know. I think it's best to just go a bit further. Okay, I haven't been to this part of the world for a long, long time. This is... I think the last time I was here was just before release, so yeah. Oh no, I heard another wolf. But yeah, this place is I can see a lot of houses coming up, they're being built. So obviously the world is very, very big now, so it's able to support a large number of players. And You can. It's really beginning to show you the scale, just how big the world is. I mean, you don't really see how big the world is until you start to travel and see more of it. So yeah, it is a very, very big world. So I think that oh no, I think there's a wolf, another wolf behind me. There is. Yeah, the thing about wolves is that you don't really. Sometimes you don't know that they're creeping up on you until they're right. They're right on you. So it's always a good idea to look back every now and then just to make sure that you're not being followed by a wolf, because yeah, sometimes wolves can be very sneaky, and that's another wolf. And I've got 3 wolves. And yeah, this is a... Wow, this is so beautiful. So today I'm just gonna travel further out into the world, and if I run into the new Undercroft dungeon, that's the new dungeon that's in supposedly, I think, in the middle of Myrland. Oh wow, look at this. Look at that. Wow, this is... Yeah, I can see why... I can see why SV, sometimes, I think on the website they put up screenshots of the scenery because it is that good. I can obviously see they put a lot of effort into building a very, very beautiful world. And if it wasn't for that wolf chasing after me, I would stop right now and just take just to take it in. Just turn off the UI and just stand and look. Yeah, the wolves really chase you for a long, long way. So yeah, that's why I say you really need a mount, guys. If you're thinking of traveling, you definitely need a mount, because you simply will not survive on foot. If you don't get killed by the wolves, you get killed by the Razorbacks, because they can run faster than you, no matter how fast you run on foot. Okay, I'm just gonna disable the UI for a few seconds. I'm just gonna capture this. Wow, look at that. That's such a beautiful scenery right there. Alright, this is some sort of, I think that's a guild keep. So we're gonna just go up there and have a look. So usually I think out here you won't run into too many players, because the ones that are traveling, they usually stay out of sight. So I think the only time they would travel out in the open is if they're with a large group of other guildmates, or they have a group of friends. Otherwise I don't think there's too many players that are going to be riding out here by themselves. Okay, yep, so I think that's definitely a player guild keep. And so I'm not going to go in, because it's understandably players won't like it when a stranger approaches their, because that's the guild, the bars. And that's a scout. I think that's an early warning system. And so I think this is at the bar's territory. So my suggestion, if you're new, if you come across a player guild territory, especially one that has a keep, try not to go inside, because it gives people the wrong idea. Even if you're just innocently exploring. Oh boy, another wonderful scenery. I've got to take a. Yeah, I've just got to take off the UI. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. I think this is near the where the main menu scene is from. When you first load up the game, you have the Thursar and the cougar. I think it's a cougar. I think that's taken not too far from here. I don't think. I think it's quite near from. Yeah, I definitely think it's nearby where that scene was taken. And I think that's a new soundtrack, I think. Is it a new soundtrack that I'm hearing? Yep, I can definitely see the big lake in the middle of the continent. Wow. You can really just begin to see how big this continent is. I mean, when you're just spending most of your time in town, you wouldn't have a sense of the scale of this world. But once you start traveling, it really just dawns upon you just how big this continent is. And that's exactly the way I want it. There's another early warning system. I really think that whoever the guild that built these structures, they really had this. They built it with a great deal of foresight. They know exactly where they should put it. So if any enemy guild army were to come up here, it would trigger off the guild scout alarm. I think that's what it's for. I'm not too sure because I've never been in a territory control keep. I've never really done that in my years of playing Mortal Online 1 and Mortal Online 2. So I've never been in a guild war. But that's what I'm guessing that the guild scout is for. It's for yeah, I really like this soundtrack. I like it. It really suits this. Let me just have a look at the map. Not a good idea to look at the map at this time. If you want to look at the map, do it in town. Seems a little bit too quiet. And when I say quiet, I mean as in it's like a calm before the storm. But there's nothing here. That's gonna attack me. But yeah, that's the problem with wooded areas. You never know what's hiding around the corner. But if you have a horse, then you won't have too much to worry about because you can really just ride away and escape. Oh, oh, oh! They came out of the dirt. Did you see that? They were hiding in the dirt. They just came out in front of me. Wow, that is clever. That is very, very tricky. Very devious. These outlaws, I think, yeah, it's outlaws. I can see it on my chat. Wow. That is very, very devious. Very, very cunning. They just popped out in front of me, out of the dirt. Very, very clever. Yeah, since I'm on a horse, my spellcasting is not very effective, so I think it's best to use a bandage. Wow. This is the first time I've been here in Mortal Online 2. Like in Mortal Online 1, I could cover essentially the most of the continent in the amount of time that I've been writing. But in Mortal Online 2, I've only been to just, towards the center of the continent, and that's yeah. So it really, you can really see how big this world is. It's massive. So yeah, there's a lot of guild structures here. So I think my personal opinion is that SP should really, after they're done with this current roadmap, I think they should move on to Thievery. Get it done, because we've been waiting for it for 2 years, and if you look at the poll that I did, there's a 63% of the respondents, they said that Thievery was rather important to them, rather fairly strongly important to very strongly important. So it's clear that that there's a big chunk of the player base that wants Thievery. And the thing about Thievery is that it's not just for thieves, it's actually for a lot of different people. I remember back in MO1, very early days of my YouTube videos, I was in the bank in, I think, Vada, and all of a sudden, I was just arranging some stuff in my bank, and all of a sudden I saw this message pop up on my screen saying that someone planted something in my backpack. So I opened my backpack and I saw a Myrland rose, and when I turned around, the person who did it was long gone. So to this day, I still have no idea who did it. Yeah, so someone planted a Myrland rose in my backpack back in, I think, 2014. So, you can see that Thievery is not just for thieves, it's for people who want to, for treasure hunters, it's people, it's for highway bandits that don't want the trouble of typing, drop loot, to get the person to drop all their loot so that they can inspect. It's just easier to just snoop in the pocket. And it's also easy on the person as well, so that they don't have to, equip everything and pick up everything later. It's a very quintessential skill line. So I don't know why SV just keeps delaying it. It's really, I don't really see any reason why they should just keep delaying it, because the game is just incomplete at this point without Thievery. It's really just missing a very important part of its vision and soul, in my opinion. So SV, if you're watching this, please get it done. Please. We've been waiting for 2 years. It's long. It's been long enough. That you've been delaying it. Please give it to us. And I think my horse is a bit hungry, so I think I'll just have a stop here. I'll just feed my horse. Yeah, so overall, I think this patch, I think there's, for those of you who are wanting more of the same, I think this patch will give you just that. But in terms of new emergent dynamics, new emergent gameplay, I don't think that there's much of that to be had. I think if Thievery came along, then it would change the dynamics of a lot of existing gameplay. What do you call? Yeah, a lot of existing gameplay. I think it would change that for the better. So, but yeah, it's I've got to say, this is a very beautiful continent. So with the power of Unreal Engine 5, I think it's really allowed SV to push the graphics to the next level. And yeah, this is a bridge. I think this is a player built bridge that's SV patched in several patches back. Yeah, I can see. You can see that it's player built because it's got a health bar. So this bridge can be built and destroyed. So it's great for territory control and guild warfare, because just like in real world, when there's a war, bridges are very important choke points and area denial. I think it's what you call area access denial, I think it is. So yeah, I think at this point I will just, I think I'm just gonna call it end it here, because I don't think I can find the the dungeon. But it's been fun for me just exploring the wider world, just seeing the bigger world for some places I've never been. So it's been enjoyable for me. So yeah, it's a win-win in my books. Yeah, so definitely I'm definitely going to explore more of this world. But for now, I want to just thank you for watching, and I will be back with more videos. I have a number of videos in my on the backlog, so I will be putting out more videos in the coming days, so please do stay tuned. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So look forward to seeing you in the next one. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur. Take care and have a good day.